Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is for new moms. We are going to be discussing 12 unknown facts that people don't talk about, that new moms don't know, women who are just having their babies for the first time. So let's get into the video. So number one is pooping for the first time after childbirth is quite terrifying. Like when you just have a baby and you want to go to the toilet, sometimes it's very painful. Personally, I don't know, I just have this pulling sensation as if my butt is going to come, as if I'm going to develop a pie, like my butt will come out, everything will just pull out, and I'm so afraid, and I'll be squeezing myself there and the poo will just be coming out on its own, and it's painful. It's not comfortable at all. And sometimes people don't know about these things and they just have their baby and they want to go to the toilet and it's so hard and they're wondering. Nobody has told me this. A lot of people have told me so many things about childbirth, about postpartum, and I've never heard that going to the toilet is not as easy as it used to be. For some people, they even have constipation. So you should keep that in mind, that it might not be as simple as you think. And number two says some babies don't sleep. Personally, my children don't even sleep at all. They start crying every night from 10 days after they are born. Like when they are 10 days old, they start crying at night till they get to like 3 months. Some people have peaceful babies, but maybe you are near someone that say babies sleep through the night, and then you're wondering when you come and have your own child and the baby is not sleeping, you think the baby is sick or the baby is hungry. Babies don't sleep at night, most babies, because when you were pregnant with them, in the night is when you are sleeping and it's quiet, and then they can come out and survey, and then you notice that when you are sleeping, your babies kick most. When you are walking around, they shy away, they go back and lie, and they are afraid because there are so many noises. So when they come out, it takes them time to adjust to that lifestyle. So most of them are awake. Some don't even cry. They are just awake, making faces, making sounds, but they are not sleeping. There are some that will want you to carry them and all that. And then number three is postpartum sex is interesting. Well, for some people, after childbirth, the first time they have sex is very painful. It's not comfortable, and for some people they are dry because of their hormones are still trying to get back together. So you have serious vaginal dryness. That's not to say there's something wrong with you. It's normal. It happens to a lot of people. Personally, when I had my second baby, for like a week after I started having sex, it was not easy at all. It was so painful. It was I was very dry, but subsequently it started easing up and then it got better. So maybe you go through that and you're thinking maybe there's something wrong with you because nobody talked about it, because a lot of people don't feel it's important. Some people are shy because they might come and be the first person to talk about it, and people will be like, it didn't happen to me like this, and then it's as if you are old. It happens to 90% of women. It happens to me as well. And then number four, breastfeeding may not be as easy as it looks. That is, it's not as simple as you just sit in the church or you sit in the hospital and you see a woman just unleash her dragon and then feed the baby, and then you are like, wow, if it's like that, I'll feed my baby. It's not always like that, because breastfeeding has, as a matter of fact, for me personally, breastfeeding is my hardest part of childbirth / postpartum. Breastfeeding is my hardest part, because personally, with my first child, if you don't know me, if you're new here, I have 2 children, a boy and a girl. So with the boy, he didn't have any problem in latching, but when he was sucking the breast, it was very painful. My breast had sores, so I didn't know it used to happen like that. So I struggled with that a lot. It took me a month to heal, and it was so painful. Anytime he latches, it would be as if I would just fly. It was very painful. I struggled with that a lot. And then for my second baby, because my son didn't struggle with latching, when she was struggling, she had latching problem. It was all new to me. Both of us struggled because I didn't experience that before. And then my second child could not latch, so I didn't have experience of a child that could not latch before. So it was difficult for me to get her to the breast, because I felt as I removed my breast, she should grab it just like her brother did. So these are two different experiences for me, and this is my second child. So if I have a third child and the baby is struggling to latch, then I will have a better experience with that. And then if my breasts are sore, I have a different experience with that, how to go about it. Like for the sore nipple, this time it happened, but because it had happened to me before, I looked for a band that will heal it, and I did really well with that. So for a new mom that has never experienced any of this and nobody has said it, you are going through any of this and you are like, am I the only person? It happens, and it has happened to me. I've experienced all both. Another difficult part is waking up at night to feed the baby. You're breastfeeding the baby, you are sleeping, you know. So for me, those are my difficult ones in breastfeeding, and breastfeeding is the most difficult part of childbirth for me. And then number 4 says your life will never be the same. This one everybody should know, because if you have a child, you're going to be a mother, and then it's not a title that you take away like I'm a senator, so tomorrow I'm not a senator again, so I'm an ordinary person. No, you are a mother, you are a mother. Even for women who lost children, they are still mothers because they had their babies. So you are a mother, your life changes. You don't even have your calendar, you don't plan, you don't have a schedule. Let me just put it like that. You might try, a lot of people try, but 90% of the time you don't have a schedule. That is just true, because let me say you want to go out by 9 and then you woke up, you've taken your bath, then you just took your baby and you want to take your baby's bath, and then your baby might be hungry. Your baby needs to feed and you have to be there by 8. This baby is feeding there. Some babies are so annoying. It is when you want to go out that they feed for 1 hour, and when you want to put your breast, they are bringing their head. A lot of things. You discover that you've not packed your baby's food, you've not packed the diapers. Most of the times when I want to go out, especially if I'm going to church, I prepare everything on Saturday evening, and even on that Sunday my husband will be cheering me up because if he doesn't, who enter when they are sharing the grace. It happens. So your life will never be the same. You see, when you were a single girl, like maybe you just got married, you didn't have a child, you go to the market and then you look at the shelf where they're selling things and you're seeing shoe that will fit your leg, dress that will fit you, a bra that will fit you. But when you get married, you have a baby, when you enter a boutique or where they are selling clothes, it's like they've put blindfold for you for any other thing except something that will be so cute on your baby. So it changes everything about you, your routine, your schedule, your thinking, everything. And then number 6 says you won't snap back overnight. You see, a lot of people think as soon as you give birth, 1 week later your stomach goes back to where it was. You are going to slim back to your normal body, to your pre-pregnancy weight. No, it doesn't happen like that for everybody. Some people take all these slimming teas. Some people, their bodies come back on their own, but it's not immediately. Personally, for my first child, when I had my son, within the first 6 months I had gone back to my pre-pregnancy weight. But with this one, I didn't go back immediately. Even my stomach did not go back immediately, because this is a second baby and my body had already slacked before, so it takes time for your body to start going back. So a lot of people will say, but this is my 4th month, my 6th month, my stomach is still, I still look 6 months pregnant, I still look 4 months pregnant. It happens. People's bodies are different. Some people slim but their stomach is still big, some people their body is still big. Number 7 say you don't need to buy every baby item or gear you like, because you may not use 80% of them. This is true. In short, 110 truth. Because all these things you buy, some of them, especially we that are living in Africa, in Nigeria, you don't need them. You buy, let's say, a baby stroller. You are living in an environment where there is no walkway. It's a tiled road. Personally, I would not want to push my baby on that kind of thing so that somebody will not come and mistrack and hit my child and hit me. Sometimes we are even too busy to even have that leisure. Sometimes you live in an estate where you don't even have the place to push your baby. Sometimes your house is even too small. People buy baby cots because we are seeing in the movies, we are seeing people online doing it. By the time you buy this baby cot and you bring to your room, personally my child will not even agree to sleep there. Some people, you are even too tired to get up and go and pick a baby from another angle and bring to yourself. So, and we are Africans. Our mothers trained us to sleep with your child so that when you can, my mother will say you're warm to attach to the baby. When the baby is seeing you and the baby is crying, you can easily pick your baby. So most of the things people buy, they don't use it. Some of them, they are things that baby can use for 1 or 2 months. Some babies are even bigger at birth. So from the very day you give birth to them, they will not enter that thing. Especially clothes. People buy a lot of clothes. Later you buy plenty clothes for a newborn. Some babies are very tiny, then you go and keep it. The day you say, my baby had clothes, when you go and remove them, the baby has already outgrown them. You go and buy small clothes for a baby that the scan say is weighing 2.3. By the time you give birth to this baby, will weighing 4 kg. The baby will not even wear one of them. It happens to my son. He was very big. Most of the things he didn't wear, his sister is wearing them now because they are overall, their bodysuit and all that. So you have to just take it easy. Buy the ones that are most important. You can check my baby haul video, and I will link it in the cards, and then my hospital bag packing video, so that it can give you an idea. I'll link all of them here. It gives you an idea of what to do as a first-time mom. You don't need to go overboard. You can just have a baby with a simple budget and you will look neat. Your baby will look super. And then number 8 say, don't listen to other moms' horror stories. It will only scare you. It's not as bad as it seems. Okay, so some people have, for each pregnancy, for each childbirth, you have different experiences. So when you hear people's stories, you're thinking it will be the same with you. Personally, when I was pregnant with my son, I thought I would have a delivery that I will cough and baby will come out. But it took me 3 days to give birth to my son. And then my daughter, it took me 6 hours. But then if you hear my birth story with my daughter, it might give you a little jittery, like the doctors are not good, the nurses are not good. But it depends on the person you meet on duty. It depends on how your pregnancy is going. People have different experiences. For each woman, for each pregnancy is different. So it doesn't mean because your first delivery was horrible, your second one must be the same. It's not because your sister or your twin sister had this, it will happen to you. Everybody have different experiences, and with each pregnancy. So if you listen to someone's story, just pick it up, and then it should be a prayer point for you. That if it's good, Father, let mine even be better. If it's bad, Father, I forbid that. It shouldn't be something that will make you start thinking, will I die at childbirth, blah blah blah, God forbid. And then number 10 says, educate yourself about C-section and vaginal birth. Anything can happen. Don't be disappointed if it doesn't go the way you want it. Most times deliveries don't even go the way we plan it. Personally, I used to think as I'm going to the hospital, I'll deliver and then the next minute I'm out. Some people have a birth plan and then it doesn't go like that. Some people even want to give birth at home, but at the end of the day, they need the emergency room. You don't want to have a C-section, you don't want to have a vaginal delivery. There are some people, they book for C-section and then they deliver in the car, or they deliver as they're entering the labor room. Some people, they've booked them for vaginal delivery, but then labor did not progress. Baby is hanging somewhere. They have placenta previa, that is placenta has removed from the womb and is hanging somewhere, which is death threat for both the mother and the child. So you need a C-section. People have this stigma against C-section that if you have a C-section, you are not a mother. Personally, I respect women who have C-section because I hate swallowing drugs. So I know when you go through C-section, you take a lot of drugs. I hate pain, and the knife incision to me is so heavy. So for me personally, people who give birth through C-section are even my real heroes. So I don't see there's nothing bad against C-section. Nobody should deceive you to go and lose your child or lose your life or have serious complications because you rejected C-section. Pray for God for the right birth. A supernatural birth is the birth that the mother and the baby are doing well. There's nothing like because you deliver through the vagina, then that is a superwoman. A superwoman is a mother that is alive and her baby is alive. So please go, take your time and be open-minded to any delivery. Just be prayerful. Father, let your will be done. And then number 11, you are not a failure if you can't breastfeed. Formula feeding doesn't make you a bad mother. Personally, my number 1 priority is for a baby to be satisfied. If your breast milk is not coming out well, then you need to give your baby formula. There are plenty good formulas in the market that can make your baby full. Just try to breastfeed. If it doesn't work, don't stress about it. Do not listen to anybody that think breastfeeding is the best. Breastfeeding is good. That doesn't mean if you can't breastfeed or your breast milk is not coming out, your baby should starve. There are children who don't even have parents that are doing very well. So, but if you can breastfeed, it's still very good. If you can't or your breast milk is not enough, don't stress about it. Just supplement it with a formula and your child will still do very well. Children that do well is because God makes them that. It's not because of a formula or a breastfeeding, because breastfeeding is good, formula is not bad as well. And then number 12 says, study the best diapers for your baby. Expensive is not always better. Yes, you hear people saying, no, I wear my baby Huggies. I wear this one. It's 40,000 naira. It's 50,000 naira. It's $150. My dear, you will be surprised at what will even go well with your child will be the most cheapest diaper. Personally, I wear my baby's more fixed diapers, and they are very good on them, and they are affordable. So it is even better to start trying your baby with the good ones. It is not good to wear baby different types of diapers, because some babies react to some diapers. So you can just get one. You can get Pampers, you can get Morphix, you can get Huggies. Huggies is expensive, personally I buy Morphix, and you wear your child and you see that it goes well with your baby. It doesn't matter whether everybody in your office is wearing Huggies. For me personally, Huggies is even too heavy for me. When I wear my children, they are not started peeing and I'm looking as if this thing is even heavy. I prefer Morphix. So you can go with what you feel you like or you think will be good for your child, not because someone else says this one is more expensive and it's better, it's foreign. Please wear local for them if you can, and it will be nice. So this has brought us to the end of this video. I hope this helps someone. Comment down below, let me know. If you have questions, we'll answer. Thank you all, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.